Yes, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Crypto Sherpa Show, where I read you cryptocurrency news articles to keep you informed on what is going on in the crypto space. And as the title demonstrated, what is Scott Bessent doing? I thought we were going to be going forward with a Bitcoin strategy or treasury, but I guess we may have some other plans or strategies going forward. But yesterday we did get an announcement that U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says that the White House repeatedly floated the idea that the federal government could and should purchase additional Bitcoin summit existing reserves. So this guy put a tamper. Bitcoin just touched an all-time high yesterday. Like we were at, 123? What's our new all-time high? Let's take a look. Our new Bitcoin all-time high is $124,457. We saw that yesterday, and it was amazing. It was beautiful. Like our total market cap history, we were at $4.13 trillion in total market cap. So it was crazy. But this little news put a damper on some Bitcoinists out there. But if you really look deep into it, like this is just on the surface of what all the normies are saying. But what's really going on behind the back picture? Like we have a post from G Money just mentioning that Patrick Whip to be the executive director of the White House Crypto Council. Looks like the Trump admin is shifting from finance bros to DoD bros. The Bitcoin strategic stockpile is a military national priority. So yeah, instead of having the Wall Street guys get in on it, like we want a Bitcoiner guy in it. So, and also this could be a whole military thing. That's the whole important. But there's that. But then also could be just a strategy on just getting the little guy, the Americans, more time to acquire Bitcoin. Bitcoin Ben mentioned it, talked about this, saying, as I said, they are letting Bitcoin infect the system before they buy. Give every American the opportunity, stocks, ETFs, 401ks, and private ownership to buy in before they pump it. It's how you make Americans the wealthiest people and companies in the world. So I guarantee they still will buy Bitcoin up just eventually. It's like, it's great that we got the news. Like, yeah, we have an executive order for a Bitcoin treasury. Like, this is amazing news and everything. But a lot of people are just impatient. They think like once they do it, it's going to skyrocket. We're buying nonstop Bitcoin to the moon. But it's like, this is a process. Like, once he signed that, I thought like we may start seeing like benefits of it like a year down the road, 2 years, but it was just the start of it. So in this crypto space, you got to learn a little patience, because like right now you're getting in like maybe the beginning of the bull run right now. And so like prices are going to be getting pretty crazy with Ethereum shooting up as well. But it's just like we've been sitting here. So some of us been sitting here since the 2021, 2022 bear market or bear run when that all started. So prices went all the way down and we just held, we acquired. So we were patient because we knew it was going to keep going up. But it's the same thing. You just need to have patience in this space. But let's hear a little bit more. Let's actually go through this article about Scott Bessent, and I have a couple more articles for you that we'll cover. So let's dive right on into it. Oh, let me stop that ad. So here we go. Let's read this article about it. So U.S. Treasury Scott Bessent spoiled the dreams of Bitcoiners worldwide Thursday, stating outright that the federal government will not be purchasing additional Bitcoin to supplement its existing supply of the cryptocurrency. He said, "We're not going to be buying that," Bessent said during a Thursday morning appearance on Fox Business, and the Treasury Secretary did endorse the notion of the U.S. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve, which President Donald Trump established via a March executive order. But Bessent said that such a reserve, which currently consists of Bitcoin seized by U.S. law enforcement, will only be grown in the future by similar seizure. So right now, like we're at least still acquiring Bitcoin through seizures, of bad actors doing something. Hacker did something. Government came in, like we saw yesterday. I think the FBI seized like $1 million or $1 billion worth of crypto. So that's just going straight into our stockpile. So that's what we're doing right now. That's what the order is. So that's how we're currently acquiring. And then they flew some other options out there, like we reevaluate our gold. I think this article mentions that. But it's like, it's there. It's a process. We're going there. But he said we are going to use confiscated assets and continue to build that up. Bessent said that the Bitcoin Reserve, we're going to stop selling that. So that's a positive. So at least we know, like for sure, yeah, we are officially not going to sell any more Bitcoin that we acquire. Now, the Treasury Secretary added he estimates the U.S. government's current Bitcoin holdings to equal between $15 billion to $20 billion in value at current prices. And Bessent's comments mark a departure from previous statements by White House officials on the subject. Now, for months, Trump officials have floated the possibility of the federal government purchasing additional Bitcoin. And the prospect has thrilled many Bitcoin holders, both due to legitimacy, and such acquisitions could grant the cryptocurrency and the potential deflationary impact massive state-level purchases of the token could have on its price. Now, in March, shortly after Trump established a federal strategic Bitcoin reserve, the White House AI and crypto czar David Sachs told Decrypt that Bessent and Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick would have the final say on determining whether to purchase additional Bitcoin via budget-neutral methods, such as selling off other government reserve assets, including gold. I did briefly mention that because, like I said, like they did float that idea out there. It's like we can reevaluate gold because we haven't done that in so long. But for months, the White House officials have since repeated the line they want to acquire as much Bitcoin as possible. But plans for such acquisitions never materialized in the months. Since the Bitcoin Reserves announcement late last month, the White House released a sprawling 168-page report on crypto policy recommendations, though it was supposed to include further information about the Trump administration's crypto reserve plans, and it notably omitted any details on the subject. Now, one of the most consistently vocal White House officials on the subject for purchasing Bitcoin was Bo Hines, executive director of the president's working group on digital assets. Now, since March, Hines has repeatedly said in private and in public that the Trump administration wanted to acquire as much Bitcoin as it possibly could. And I've said that at every conference I've spoken at in the last 2 to 3 months, Hines said during a testimony, but before the U.S. Senate Banking Committee in June. And then earlier this week, Hines did announce that he left the White House role effective immediately just to focus more on the private sector, because I think he can probably reach a little bit more audience that way. But that's just a little bit more information on, though, what Scott Bessent was saying. But again, I agree with Ben. This is the way for Americans and people, small guy, to get in. And like Trump wants that to happen. He wants America to be the wealthiest people in the world. Same with companies. And we are getting articles every day on companies acquiring more Bitcoin. Like they plan on purchasing this. Like, do I really even have another one? I can't remember if I saved an article for that. Like Google confirms MetaMask, Cardano, Coinbase. I thought I covered an article about some other stuff. Let's see. Justin, publicly traded Sequan plans to buy 100,000 Bitcoin by 2030. Nothing's stopping this trend. So again, companies are still buying. Again, this is what I wanted to show you. So yeah, so we'll see how this plays out, but that's just a little bit more information. But yeah, definitely Americans are going to be the wealthiest world if you collect Bitcoin and crypto right now. Just get started because there's nothing stopping this train. So let's continue on. What else is going on in the crypto space today? Let's see. Well, it looks like Vietnam state-run military bank partners with Dunamu to launch crypto exchange. Has Vietnam really been in the crypto space at all lately? I'm pretty sure I felt like I covered articles, but there's so many Asian countries out there that have adopted Bitcoin. They're doing a lot of stuff. So when I came across this article, I'm going, has Vietnam not been doing anything? Well, maybe they're starting now, but let's find out. So it looks like the military bank, a Vietnamese state-controlled lender, has partnered with the parent company of South Korea's upbid exchange Dunamu, to develop a cryptocurrency exchange. So the Vietnamese state-controlled military bank plans to launch a regulated crypto exchange in partnership with Dunamu, the parent company of South Korean crypto exchange Upbit. Now, according to a Wednesday announcement from Dunamu, the company has signed a memorandum of understanding with the military bank in a Facebook post. Now, military bank said that Dunamu will be supporting it, building a cryptocurrency exchange in Vietnam with its technology. Now, the military bank and Upbit will be trusted partners working together to promote Vietnam's digital financial market. And the military bank chairman, Lưu Trong Thai, said, military bank is a financial institution under the Vietnamese Ministry of National Defense, making the crypto exchange a government-led initiative. Now, Vietnam's crypto regulations is now taking shape. So I guess they have been coming in. I knew I covered some articles. But in March, Deputy Minister of Finance Nguyen Duc Chi announced a pilot program for financial technology companies in Vietnam, including crypto exchanges, according to the official online newspaper of the local government. And the deputy governor of the State Bank of Vietnam, Pham Thien Dong, announced during an event he held earlier this month that Vietnam has officially established a legal framework for digital assets, including tokenized assets. The leadership of SBV, the country's central bank, noted that the pilot program submitted in March by the deputy finance minister was key to the development. The other two elements necessary were a resolution submitted by the National Assembly and Law of Industry and Digital Technology. Dong said that we're acting through law to facilitate investments and businesses in the sector. And here is the State Bank of Vietnam headquarters. But Vietnam's crypto exchange will be piloted at an international financial center. Still, the pilot scheme is being finalized, and multiple exchanges will be allowed, according to the Ministry of Finance. Now, this is the first regulated crypto exchange in Vietnam. So while some reports suggested that this is Vietnam's first domestic crypto exchange, this is incorrect. The country currently hosts Bitcoin VN, a no sign-up instant exchange that supports Bitcoin, Ether, and USDT, and Genera. What is Genera? Probably some point, but it is operated by Bitcoin Vietnam. Now, Nami.exchange also offers both spot and future crypto trading as part of Nami Technologies, JSC, a Vietnam registered company. But still, with Vietnam's pilot regulatory regime likely to result in licensing requirements in the future, Military Bank's crypto exchange could become the first regulated exchange under the new framework. So there has been exchanges in Vietnam. It's just there was no regulations going through, but they've been building it. And as the president, prime minister, somebody said that it's like they finally have regulatory guidelines in place. So so this military bank could be the first regulated crypto exchange in Vietnam. So pretty cool. But I wonder what that's going to do in the future then. So we have these no KYC sign up ones. So maybe because of the start of this, a lot more rules will be changing, and then we'll require these other exchanges to comply with the rules and laws that they put in place. So they might have to start making people do KYC. But we will keep up to date on this. But this is, again, I'm just keeping you informed on what's going on around the world in the crypto space. And so it's not just happening here in America. It's like, we're always like, America, Bitcoin Reserve. Oh, why is Scott Bessent doing that? But Bitcoin adoption is happening all over the world, not just Bitcoin, crypto, blockchain technology. Like, Bitcoin wouldn't exist without blockchain technology. Like, that's a thing people need to understand too. It's like, blockchain can survive without crypto, but crypto can't survive without blockchain. It's kind of like your phone and its software on it. If you didn't have any software, like with an iPhone, the iOS system, you just have a big, heavy paperweight because it can't function. It doesn't have the code to run it. And the same goes with crypto. So without a blockchain, crypto wouldn't exist. But this is a showcasing that blockchain technology is being adopted around the world. So way to go. Now let's continue on, I think, with some Google news. And hello, Marcy. Thank you for tuning into the show. I love all you guys tuning in here. And let me actually add my OneStream live chat up too, because I want to see all you guys, because we are streaming on like 18 different platforms right now, and on StreamYard I can only see Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble basically. But let's continue on with the news. Let's see. It looks like Google confirms a non-custodial wallet's exempt from new crypto app rules on the Play Store. So don't worry, guys, about your Exodus wallet. That's a non-custodial self-custody wallet, so it won't abide by these rules. I guess it plays out, but I guess these rules are going to be playing out more to like exchanges, so like Coinbase's Base wallet, Binance wallet. So I think these rules will be more towards these guys now. But Google's Play Store policy just updated for crypto apps, and it sparked concerns over self-custodial wallets before the company said that they were exempt. So Google said it will update its Play Store policy for software wallets this fall, sparking initial concerns among digital asset users that the changes could sideline self-custodial wallets on Android devices. Now, Google Play will require custodial digital wallet apps, like those from exchanges, to hold jurisdictions, specific licenses, including MICA authorization in the EU, then we have FCA registration in the UK, and FinCEN registration in the US, before distribution in those markets. Now, with transitional arrangements in France and Germany, but crypto holders needn't sound the alarm. According to the tech giant, which referred to Decrypt to its help center after being contacted, non-custodial wallets are out of the scope of the cryptocurrency exchanges and software wallets policy. Now, the help center reads, so the platform will begin enforcing its country-specific requirements on October 29th, according to a blog post from the company. And Google's clarifying comments come after crypto Twitter railed against the planned policy changes on Wednesday. Now, at the heart of the social media backlash were concerns that the guidelines might apply to self-custody wallet applications on Android devices, which are largely not registered with regulators in the respective jurisdictions of operation. So if you guys like saw this and are going, oh, what about my Exodus wallet? I have that on my phone. Am I just not going to be able to use it anymore? Nope, that falls outside these guidelines. That's what they're saying. So you won't have to worry about that from them shutting it down or not using it. Like, the Exodus wallet's still there, but like, you don't have to worry about like the Android company and like the Google Play Store removing the app from your phone. So you will not have to worry about it. Again, these rules or guidelines is more for the self-custody software apps from exchanges. But the Android operating running systems run on more than 70% of all mobile phones, according to a 2025 report from Poland-based software solutions firm Neontree. However, Jacob Whitman, general counsel at the Plasma Foundation, dismissed concerns over the digital content platform changes, calling them nothing burger. The Google Play wallet ban is a giant nothing burger in many ways, Whitman said Wednesday in social media posts on X. Still, the policy change does show that tech giants control distribution, and we are still at their whim, he said. So it's kind of actually true right there. We are at the whim of like these big companies and also our devices. I was kind of helping this person last night, which just bled into a big nightmare of stuff because their Apple ID got disabled and you can't recover it now. And then I guess it was caused by issues with his bank. So now he has to do a big runaround, he needs to create a new Apple ID. Now, because of this, like he can't download any apps, do any updates. So we're at their whim with these IDs. It's like, oh, now I got to do all this stuff. So we got to get all his iCloud information off to a hard drive onto his computer, and then we got to get him a new Apple ID, and then we can upload all his 2 terabytes of data to the new ID. It's just going to be a nightmare, but we're here to help. So, but we are at the whim of these policy changes. But again, like that one guy said, this is a nothing burger article because again, this doesn't affect our crypto wallets. So our Exodus wallet, our Phantom wallet, our MetaMask wallet, our other wallets out there, Trust Wallet, like those have nothing to worry about because it's not part of a crypto exchange platform. So yeah, but thought this is still news. Thought I'd share it with you because this might just go on being unnoticed. But stuff happens in the crypto space, and I like to share it with you. But what else is going on with Google? I guess like yesterday when Bitcoin reached its all-time high, Bitcoin overtook Google by its market cap to become the 5th largest asset. So it looks like Apple is next. So that was some pretty cool news. But let's take a quick break before we continue on with some more news articles. I think the next one's going to be talking about MetaMask is set to unveil plans for a new stablecoin. So we'll cover that when we get back from these messages.
Attention visionaries and pioneers, the future of wealth is here. And it's spelled Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Introducing the exclusive Loans for Bitcoin program at the Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club, where your good credit unlocks 0% interest loans for up to 2 years or term loans up to $250,000 spread over 7 to 12 years. Why wait? Use this capital to acquire the world's fastest appreciating asset, Bitcoin. With prices hovering around 94,000 and projections aiming much higher by the year's end, the time to act is now. Leverage isn't just for Wall Street anymore. Arbitrage the low cost of your loan against Bitcoin's explosive growth. It's smart finance for the modern investor. And privacy matters. Our no KYC Bitcoin purchase program ensures you buy and self-custody your assets in your own wallet. Your keys, your Bitcoin, your future. And as the world shifts to digital currencies, be ahead of the curve. Front-run corporations, governments, in this greatest financial revolution of our times. I'm Jay Bose, CEO of Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club. Call or text us today at 941-413-6920 and get started on that loan application. Secure your legacy. You will thank yourself tomorrow.
And we are back. Let me get another sip of coffee. I love that stuff. And yeah, guys, if you ever want to stop by our crypto clubs, check out our programs we have to offer. Because yeah, that was the loans to Bitcoin purchase. Now's the time to just, again, if you need help, like we can help you with everything. You don't even know if you're not computer savvy, you don't know what about this crypto exchange or Bitcoin, what is it? These clubs are here to help you out. So check out the Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club. Go to bitcoinben.io. Check out our programs. Maybe sign up for a club like in your nearest location because we have events going on all the time at all of our locations. Like I think today, if you're in our Nashville club, looks like they're going to a Brentwood Bitcoin. Oh wait, never mind. This is next week. I know they have an event going on this week, but no, this is something to put up in your on your calendars if you are in the Nashville area on August 28th. There's a Bitcoin and barbecue meetup happening at the club from 4 to 6 p.m. I know they have another event going on, so they want Todd and Jay won't be a part of our class today, but we host our classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Today we're going to go over crypto wallets and self-custody, which actually goes perfect. You want to learn more about that. And then, so yeah, we have this event going on in our Nashville club this Friday. If you're in Dallas, Texas, our Plano, Texas location, we have the Block Party for Texas Initiative happening on August 15th. We're going to have Texas Slim talk about the beef initiative there. Dr. J, our CEO, he's going to be up in Dallas as well. Man, that man's always traveling. But no, we have so many events going on at all of our clubs. And here we're going to be soon starting a onboarding class and everything on Saturday mornings just to onboard our club members, let them know about all of our programs and benefits they have for being a member. So definitely join a club, take a look at us, check us out, share us a like, share your feedback on Google reviews. We love hearing your feedback. So guys, yeah, so much stuff's happening in the club. Just give us a check out. Now let's continue on with the news. What else is going on in the crypto space? And guys, we start off with this one. MetaMask is set to unveil plans for a new stablecoin, says a source. So a screenshot of the proposal for the stablecoin circulated last week before it was deleted. So, somebody said something they shouldn't have because it was too soon. But Ethereum wallet provider MetaMask will team up with payment service provider Stripe, according to a since deleted governance proposal. So, But the MetaMask stablecoin could be debuted as early as Thursday. So today, a source knowledgeable of the initiative confirmed to Decrypt. So I haven't seen anything yet, so we'll see if anything pops up later today. But the Ethereum wallet provider, which will team up with the payment service provider Stripe, will introduce the MMUSD stablecoin as the main trading pair for its various services, according to an Aave governance proposal that appeared last week but was subsequently deleted. Deal News first reported on the deleted stablecoin and the stablecoin platform M to the power 0, which is 1, is reportedly supporting the effort. I was just doing my math right there. Anything to the power of 0 is equal to 1. But MetaMask's MMUSD comes as interest in stablecoin soars. The result of a more favorable U.S. regulatory environment, the token's growing acknowledgement by traditional finance firms, and the dramatically successful public offering by stablecoin issuer Circle, which rose nearly 675% in its first 2 weeks of trading. Now, Circle has lost a good portion of those gains, but is still nearly 400 above its IPO price. Now, last month, Congress passed the Genius Act, which provides regulatory guidance for tokens that are generally pegged to the value of the US dollar. Now, multiple companies in recent months have announced stablecoin projects or said that they were exploring them, including bank giants like JP Morgan Chase and Bank of America, as well as the brokerage firm Robinhood. Now, the stablecoin market currently holds a $280 billion market cap, although the UK Bank Standard Chartered has predicted that the total could reach $750 billion by the end of 2026. That's crazy. Now, Ethereum software developer Consensus, which counts MetaMask among its projects, told Decrypt in an email that it had no comment at this time and on the potential stablecoin, including the timing of an announcement. Decrypt also reached out to Stripe, individuals linked to MetaMask and Aave, and to M to the power O. But in disclosure, the Consensus is just one of 22 investors in an editorial independent. Now, last year, payment giant Stripe acquired stablecoin platform Bridge for a reported $1.1 billion. And Bridge software platform allows businesses to accept stablecoins as payments, and has said that in one day hopes to rival global payment networks such as Swift, MasterCard, and Visa. Now, Stripe is going to build the world's best stablecoin infrastructure, and to that end, we are delighted to welcome the Bridge to Stripe. Stripe CEO Patrick Collision said at the time of the acquisition. Now, in a recent collaboration between MetaMask and Aave, it will permit wallet users to generate yield from Aave's decentralized liquidity protocols via the MetaMask mobile app. So users will be able to access USDC, USDT, and DAI yields. And Aave also said in a blog post that the integration makes DeFi earning simpler and more accessible to everyday users. Now, the post said that adding that his represents MetaMask earn first step into DeFi lending expand beyond just existing staking options. MetaMask has around 100 million users out there, according to its website, and Aave totals over $55 billion in net deposits. Now, on Myriad, a prediction market developed by Decrypt's parent company, Dastin, 52% of respondents believe that Ethereum's stablecoin market cap will exceed $145 billion in August. And that could happen because, again, with this Genius Act, so many people want their own stablecoin now. That's going to be so much capital flowing into the crypto market space. And this is just bullish news for just all crypto, not just Bitcoin. So way to go. And who else has stablecoins? They're claiming they're going to be the best one. I'm sure Trump and his team believe his World Liberty Finance stablecoin will be the best one. Ripple's guys think their RUSD is going to be stablecoin. I do know, I'm not sure if I can say that. I know our clubs will, or our latest credit union. We changed the name. It's no longer Private Key Bank. We are now Private Key Capital. So that's our new bank's, our new credit union's name. And that, I think we have plans for a stablecoin as well, which is using stablecoins is how do I say it? Using stablecoins it's more beneficial than using the US dollar. Like, how do I say that rightly? But I would need help on explaining that part with Heidi out there. But no, like stablecoins are a huge deal in the crypto space. So don't underscore them. Like, they are going to be a big player in this, and just keep on looking on like how we're evolving still with regulations and everything. We got the stable coin and with the Genius Act, so that's a great start. Let's keep just eyeing it. But this is the MetaMask news of them unveiling plans for a stable coin, as well as many others we've heard from. So that's MetaMask. Now let's go on to, let's see, it looks like Cardano hits a new milestone as Grayscale moves forward with ETF applications. So here we go. Let's hear about this one, because we're still getting more ETF news out there. We mainly have Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I think, like, who's going to be next? Is it going to be Cardano or Solana? Or did Solana get approved? Did Grayscale push forward for that one? I forgot. I got to go through the news again. But yeah, it looks like Grayscale, though, has taken its first official steps towards launching a Cardano exchange-traded fund, registering the Grayscale Cardano Trust in Delaware. Now, the legal filing marks the start of the process and approval from the SEC, and could draw interest from both institutional and retail investors who value the cryptocurrency's scalable and sustainable blockchain technology. Now, Cardano moves closer to ETF's launch as Grayscale expands its portfolio. On Tuesday, Grayscale officially filed to establish the Grayscale Cardano Trust ETF as a statutory trust following the public filing, and Cardano surged to over a 5-month high of more than 15% to at least the 98-cent level on Thursday. Now, the CSE Delaware Trust Company was named as the registered agent in Wilmington, overseeing the legal structure. Now, Grayscale chose Delaware as the location for registration because of its strong corporate laws and efficient trust structures, which make it a preferred base for many financial entities. Now, the Cardano Trust registration creates the legal entity needed to support a potential Cardano ETF. Now, with the trust now established, Grayscale can prepare for the next stage, which examines whether the product meets the requirements for the market surveillance, asset custody, valuation transparency, and investor protection. Now, only after meeting these standards could the ETF application move toward launch. Now, the Delaware registration allows the company to position itself for federal filings, such as the S-1 or 19B-4 forms, and these are required to list an ETF on the U.S. exchange and trigger a formal SEC review process. Now, what regulatory hurdles remain amid this expanding crypto ETF plans? While trust registration is in progress, the SEC approved is still needed before the ETF can launch. The road from registration to launch is rarely quick, and Grayscale knows it. The SEC has been slow to approve crypto ETFs, often taking months or longer to make a decision. And the push into Cardano Trust could be part of a broader strategy to expand into crypto ETFs. Now, Grayscale has already filed for Dogecoin, Solana, and XRP ETFs, but none of them have gotten approval yet. And the SEC has extended the deadline for an XRP ETF decision to October 18th, 2025, while it now expects to decide on the Solana ETF in November 2025. So let's see which one's going to come first again. So yeah, we have at least 3 others, I guess, in the works. So approval delays from the SEC show how careful the agency is with new crypto investment products. Even as an investor demand rises, market participants are keen to see more crypto-based ETFs. Now, Cardano, known for its proof-of-stake blockchain design, emphasizes scalability and sustainability, which could appeal to the broad investor base once regulatory approvals are in place. Now, by locking in the trust registration now, Grayscale guarantees it is ready to act quickly if and when the SEC starts approving more crypto ETFs. Now, while the exact timeline for a Cardano ETF remains uncertain, taking the first steps gives the company an advantage in being ready to launch once it's clear of regulatory barriers. So yeah, that's your ETF news. Like, they're still coming. Again, these ETFs were the catalyst point for like this whole start of this entire crypto run since, man, was this 2023 or 2024? I can't believe it's been over a year now since these ETFs first got started. When we got the BlackRock ETF for Bitcoin, that shot us past previous all-time highs of 76,000, and then next thing you know, the Bitcoin halving event occurred, and that was usually a catalyst point. So times have definitely changed, but these ETFs are definitely, they give people exposure to the crypto market, which definitely benefits by having more capital flow into the market space. But people who get involved in the ETFs aren't taking self-custody of their crypto, which is the most important thing in the crypto space. So it's a nice little exposure for them to get started in it, but eventually they do just want you want to hold on to the crypto in your own self-custody wallet. You're in control of the private keys, and that way no one can control it. Because like with these ETFs, you're basically giving the guys who make it, you fill those guys' bags. So these ETFs are good news. And yeah, I just look forward to seeing more of them come out. So that's that. Now let's move on to our final news article of the day, which is it looks like Coinbase experienced a very expensive lesson. I don't think any people were affected by this, but it was a executive in like the Coinbase account had their wallet drained. So yeah, Coinbase lost $300,000 in token fees after mistakenly approving assets to a 0x swapper contract, enabling an MEV bot to drain its corporate wallet. Ooh, let's find out about this. So Coinbase lost about $300,000 in token fees after mistakenly approving assets to an OX project smart contract, allowing a maximal extractable value to drain the funds. Now, DBs, a security researcher at Ben Network, flagged the incident in a Wednesday post on X. He said Coinbase's corporate wallet interacted with OX's swapper contract, a permissionless tool designed to execute swaps, but not to receive token approvals. Now, since anyone can call the contract to perform arbitrary actions, granting approvals can expose assets to immediate theft. Now, the same swapper is known to have had issues with Zora claims on Base, and the researcher wrote linking to the past cases where the setup enabled malicious actors to extract funds without exploiting code vulnerabilities at all. So screenshots shared by DB showed Coinbase granting approvals for tokens, including AMP, and my One Protocol DEX tools and Swell network on Wednesday afternoon. Soon after, an MEV bot called the swapper contract to transfer the approval tokens from Coinbase fee receiver account into its addresses. Now, here is that post he did. Looks like Coinbase was recently drained of $300,000 after using the OX project swap incorrectly. They approved all the tokens secured as fees to their router, getting drained immediately by MEV bots. So, and you can see that happen on chain because everything's transparent in the blockchain ecosystem. But MEV bots are lurking in the dark. DBs said that the MEV bots that drained funds from Coinbase had been lurking in the dark, waiting for users to mistakenly approve the contract to drain all their funds. Now, their dream came true thanks to Coinbase, the researcher wrote. The researcher added that the incident, which drained the Coinbase fee receiver account of all its tokens, was a very inexpensive lesson for the team. Coinbase Chief Security Officer Philip Martin confirmed the incident, describing it as an isolated issue linked to the configuration change in one of the exchange's corporate DEX wallets. Now, no customer funds were affected, Martin said, adding that Coinbase revoked the token allowance and moved remaining funds to a new corporate wallet. But the MEV bot exploit cost $180,000 in Ethereum. In April, an MEV bot lost $180,000 in Ethereum after an attacker exploited a vulnerability in its access control system. The attacker reportedly swapped the bot's Ethereum for a worthless token via a malicious pool created within the same transaction. And then in a similar incident in 2023, a rogue validator exploited MEV bots, attempting sandwich trades, stealing 25 million digital assets, including wrapped Bitcoin, USDC, USDT, DAI, and wrapped Ethereum. So this type of drainer isn't new. It's not the first time in history that this has ever happened. So coders, this is like the second. This is like the second article since yesterday where we had an Ethereum developer who downloaded a wrong code and had his wallet drained, or his hot wallet, small amounts on it. But it's a lot now it's Coinbase, people know what they're doing. It's making simple little mistakes for not doing stuff correctly. So again, when you're new in this crypto space, don't try to just jump into the DeFi space altogether, go into liquidity pool staking. You need to learn the basics before. So you got to walk before you can run in these situations, because something very little, one little error, it can cost you thousands of dollars. So definitely be careful if you're new to the space. This looks they were doing some downloads using an MEV bot. What is even an MEV bot? Is that AI bot for trading or something, or swapping. I forgot. But yeah, so this is definitely an expensive lesson. Don't be just trying new things out there. Just keep it simple. Use a trusted wallet. Keep your crypto in your own custody, and you should be fine. Just verify the verify addresses when you send crypto. Take a look at your transactions you sign. Just make sure everything's correct, and you should be good. But this just shows the importance, though, of why self-custody is important. Because let's just say Coinbase is a big company. Like, I knew this isn't going to take them down. But imagine if this was a hack that drained, like, it cost them everything. Like, the exchange that could not even, like, they can't survive anymore. So if that happened and you left your crypto on the exchange, they're going to use whatever they can left. Like, your crypto is gone, but they're going to do whatever they can just to save them, bail them out, and in the end, you may be left with nothing. So this is why it's important to keep crypto in your own wallet, because in that way, if any of this stuff ever happens, your crypto's safe, you're in control, you have the private key, which allows you to freely move your crypto on chain, so no one else can take that from you. So just self-custody is important, and if you need help learning about wallets, join our class today at the Crypto Club. Me and Heidi are going to do part 2 of cold storage wallets. So we're going to talk about like the different wallets out there. We'll give our opinions on it. So definitely a class you're going to want to pay attention to. But yeah, so that was a very hefty Coinbase lesson. And that was definitely our last article for you. And let's take a look at the chat. Stephen, hello. Welcome to the show. Pam Powers, welcome. And California Joe, welcome back. I love seeing you here every day. But yeah, if someone can steal those funds, sure. But is it safe to even use the cold wallet storage? Just curious. Well, this was because he signed a contract. So they literally they were using the OX swapper feature. So they literally had to sign and approve a transaction, and then that's what caused it all. That's where the malicious code was. So that's why we say always verify stuff you're doing. And again, this is on the DeFi side of it also. Don't just jump into it. You really need to know the codes out there. So yeah, keeping your crypto in cold storage is still the safest way to do it, and a cold wallet out there. Just again, be aware of what you're sending, and if you're holding on to a long amount or a large amount, just don't be doing activities on that wallet. Have a separate wallet, save it's on your phone. Just go, okay, my crypto's over here. All you're ever going to do is just send and receive crypto. You're not going to be clicking on links, signing malicious transactions out there. You'll send what you have to over to your phone, and then do whatever you need. Swap, trade, connect it to something, because in that way your assets on your cold device is completely cold and protected out there. So yeah, so cold storage is still safe, Joe. But that is it for the news, guys. I really do thank you all for being here. Looks like our fear and greed index is at 68 today, so we shied just a little bit. But yesterday we were really greedy with that all-time high. Bitcoin is experiencing a dip right now. We're at 117,000, but pretty sure this all today's momentum and feelings and emotions will just go away, and then we'll see the price still skyrocket, because this isn't stopping still institutions and big guys from buying in on it. Ethereum's at 4,500. Where did we touch with Ethereum yesterday? I think we were at 47. Did we ever reach an all-time high with Ethereum? I don't think we did. We're still at $4,891. So we were so close yesterday to an Ethereum all-time high, but markets are oh man, I'm excited for this alt season. I'm hoping my coins pump, because again, nothing is guaranteed in a bull run. Like we always say, even dead coins can pump, but nothing is guaranteed. I have some coins I know are very risky. They might not pump at all, but I'm taking that chance to have a better gains in return versus just your standard stable blue chip coins out there. Bitcoin's very safe, Ethereum's safe, Solana, Cardano, I see those as very safe. They'll do good, just not as much as a riskier token with a low market cap. So that's for sure. But everyone, thank you so much for being here. I got the class in an hour, so I'm going to take a little break before that. And for those of you who want to attend the class or want to join the club, and then you have access to all of our crypto and educational courses we have for you. So everyone have an awesome Thursday, and I will see you again tomorrow with some more crypto news.
In a world where your data is constantly under attack, one company stands for your digital freedom. Introducing Calyx Solutions, your gateway to ultimate online privacy and secure cryptocurrency trading. Meet the Liberty Laptop. With its modified OS and advanced tracking prevention, it's your shield against surveillance. Access restricted areas, use recommended security software, and browse with confidence. Your digital footprint? Virtually non-existent. For the crypto pros, we present the Crypto Laptop. Pre-configured on premium hardware for secure trading. Optimized for your favorite wallets and exchanges. It's the fortress your digital assets deserve. Both laptops come with expert individual training and support. You're never alone in your journey to digital empowerment. At Calyx Solutions, we put you in control. No more worrying about data breaches or compromised transactions. Ready to join the revolution? Visit calyxsolutions.io and choose your perfect laptop today. Plus, become an affiliate and earn while sharing the power of digital freedom. Calyx Solutions. Unlock your digital freedom. Give us a call or text at 702-845-8276 or visit us directly at calyxsolutions.io.